Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be reacting to a new group called The Smile, which is basically just Radiohead, minus a couple of members. But it's Tom York and Johnny Greenwood, so the lead vocalist and lead guitarist, so, you know. It's most of Radiohead. It's basically, yeah. This album was amazing. I'm not really I'm gonna react to it, but I've heard the entire album already. I haven't looked deeply at the lyrics of any of these songs. This was one of my favorite off the record, but the whole record was very solid. There were some really, really cool moments, and I don't know. I was just very excited that they were releasing something while I was aware of them, that I was like excited for and watched the singles for as they came out, and it was fun. So now that the album's been out for, has it been a couple of weeks, or I think it's been a couple of weeks. It's gotten very favorable reviews. Lots of people say it's the best non-Radiohead project there is. And yeah, this song, I remember having a lot of energy, so I wanted to feature it. If you've never heard of this group or this album, you should definitely check it out. And yeah, I'm also kind of doing this to hold myself off, because I'm going to be doing Kid A soon, which I've never heard before. I just have a few other albums I need to get to first, but I'm eventually going to be doing another Radiohead album. So yeah, anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Let's jump right into this. I hope you're having a great day. I think there's a video too, so let's go. 3, 2, 1. Link to the original video down below in the description. Go check this out. Check out this album. Support this, because this is really cool. Seeing this happen, they have 56,000 subscribers. They should have 100,000 by now, but we'll see what happens. Let's go. Go support them. You will never work. Baby, all right. Such a crazy amount of energy from these guys who have been doing this for a very long time. I was shocked and very excited by this. Yeah, Tom having his 80s post-punk phase again, and it's exactly what I wanted. There you go. Tom York writes some of the most beautiful lyrics ever. Also Tom York. Bunga bunga. Yeah. What strikes me the most is that Tom is singing a bit like his Pablo Honey days in terms of his phrasing and cadence. Pretty awesome. I knew Tom was holding out on his voice. He's still got it. Yes, it's really cool. Post-punk Tom, Johnny doing hardcore stuff. So excited for the album. This is exactly what I needed. This is why I love the album. There was dynamics. There were slow, heavy building, weird time signature, piano filled, spindly Radiohead type tracks, like newer Radiohead type tracks. But there's also these really fast paced, cool riffs, these very energetic vocal performances, which, like, yeah, I just did not expect that at all, and it's amazing. Yeah, this feels like an alternate reality where Radiohead broke up after Pablo Honey and the Bends, and two of the members reunite to make one final alternative rock album. This is awesome. Yep. Tom's voice doesn't get old. What the hell? Yep. This is a great song, great direction for York and Greenwood to move in. Rewrite our youth, young men. All right. Yeah, no words can convey just how good this is and how much I needed it. Bloody wonderful. Their guitars and angst are back. Bloody love it. Yeah, this is why I like this song so much. All right, the song was debuted live on May 20. Yeah, they played like the whole album live before it came out. On May 22nd, 2021, during the Glastonbury Festival's live stream live at Worthy Farm, along with 7 other new songs. Its official release, The Smiles' debut album, fell on January 5th, 2022. It was accompanied by a lyric video directed by Duncan Loudon. Fear not, my love, he's a fat fucking mist, young bones spat out, girls slitting their wrists, curtain calls calling for the kiss from the nursery rhyme, behind some rocks underneath some bridge, some gangster troll promising the moon. Tom exaggerates this character's unimportance, or let's see. I think it might be the opposite compared to a thin air, which is hardly noticeable at all. Let's read the first one so I get the context for what they're saying. He exaggerates this character's unimportance or lack of interesting qualities with the phrase fat mist in comparison to the common expression thin air. But someone says, I believe it might be the opposite. Compared to a thin air, which would be hardly noticeable, fat mist would be extremely noticeable basically all around you. I have no idea what he was thinking exactly when he was writing the line, but I interpret this as him saying that most people treat certain problems, like the bunga bunga he mentions in the second verse, or whatever person he's referring to, like they don't exist or aren't doing anything bad, while it's completely obvious that they actually are. Young bones spat out, girls slitting their wrists. He rightfully blames these quid pro quo types for taking these young, impressionable people and driving them into depression as a result of their abuse. Yeah. Curtain calling for the kiss from the nursery rhyme. Tom makes 2 references to nursery rhyme archetypes. He compares the Weinsteins of the world to cave-dwelling trolls. Oh God, that make there's a catch kinds of contracts, much like the real thing, while also saying that it's time for the victims to be saved, trading true love's kiss for whatever repentance is seen as fair. What's the name of that one Radiohead song? Is my phone on me anywhere? Where's my phone? I don't know if I've ever showed you guys what I've had as the screensaver on my phone is. I don't think I have. Oh well, I don't have it right now. But I listened to a Radiohead without y'all, to a Radiohead album without y'all, and it was I think Hail to the Thief. Anyway, there's one song called They Suck Young Blood or something like that, and that's what that's making me think of. All right. Yeah, right, sleep tight all night. Some kid in golden chains, 2 slippery ropes, a lonely stitch left to be unpicked, including my left foot. Let the lights down low. Bunga bunga refers to parties thrown by former Italian Prime Minister Silvio whatever, in which he and his associates were alleged to have procured women, some of them underage, to dance and have sex with powerful members of Italian society. The term has since become synonymous with illegal sexual behavior by elites. He himself was convicted of having sex with an underage girl who had attended one of these parties, but the conviction was later overturned. In this song, Bunga Bunga or You'll Never Work in Television Again reinforces the theme of youth, purity, and promise being spoiled by... Yeah, wow. Tom York's wife is an Italian actress who worked for TV. I wonder if the whole song refers to the Italian show business taken as an example of the society that you're mentioning. Damn. I did not realize how important this song is either. This is crazy. You'll never work in television again. A reference to Edito Bulgaro, which was a statement by Silvio targeting comedian Danielle, as well as two other journalists. Danielle invited who? Enzo onto his show in order to talk about his book, The Smell of Money, which was critical of an economic scandal that I'm trying to say their first names, and it's only doing their last names, which I guess makes sense, that Silvio was involved in. Silvio's response, translated into English, was as follows: the use that they have made of public television paid with everyone's money is criminal. I believe it is a precise duty of the new management to prevent this from ever happening again. As a result, the two journalists and the comedian had their respective shows canceled, and the comedian is still banned from National Broadcasting Company of Italy. He will never work in television again. That's... Jesus. All right. Yeah, right. He chews him up. He spits him out. It's what's his name? The genie man. Mechanical. All these young hopes and dreams devoured by those evil eyes, those piggy limbs. You sad fuck. You throw small change. Take your dirty hands off of my love. The bridge of the song is... Yeah, this is a terrifying song. And now you see where that rage is coming from. The bridge of the song is where all the previous pent-up anger the narrator's fury unleashes on this unnamed male, acting as his final remarks. It also includes many Tom Yorkisms, whether it's mentions of piggies or genies. It's quite literally the first line, alludes to him criticizing people who are lower than an unmentioned person the narrator despises so much, spitting them back out as reduced filth. Visiting as a spirit of folklore is alluded to in the title as the genie man, imprisoned in his own areas until someone purposefully lets him out. The inclusion of this line might say that the person who assumes he has great power is one who does not. Mechanical, as his robotic, cruel nature is of inhuman. He cannot be flesh if he is this way. The beautiful hopes and dreams had by likely children and those who are younger are rid of the crazed eyes and piggy-natured limbs of the individual who has only done so for personal gain. As he throws up small change is enough to make up for the monstrosities he has committed, wanting to mooch off other people's love in order for him to feel better. With the nature of the song beforehand and seen within the lyricism of this bridge alone, it can be possibly determined that Tom York is talking of high-positioned member of society or a politician. Seen through previous lyricism, hey, there it is again. It can be supported by his time in Radiohead. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Damn, this song was a lot deeper lyrically than I knew it was. Heaven knows where else you've been. This is such a powerful condemnation, damn, against one of the most evil things that there is in the world. So, cool. The people who are taking advantage of young children and the parents who are doing nothing to stand up to it, or the parents who aren't there at all. Well, that's That You Will Never Work in Television Again. Thank you for joining me. Check out the entire album. This album's really, really good. All the videos are really cool. The lyrics, from as I was listening, I liked the lyrics that I could make out, you know, and musically, every song is unique. Every song's really cool. And I just, yeah, it was just a really solid album that came out a very short time ago. Also, it's really cool to see that they've still got it. Hopefully Radiohead release another album sometime after. I think their last one was a Moon-Shaped Pool, which is supposed to be really good too. Basically every Radiohead album is supposed to be really good, except for Pablo Honey and King of Limbs, with King of Limbs being just weird. Not like, it's not bad, it's just very experimental in a way that even turned off some of their main fan base. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you soon. If you want to support me, consider subscribing, or I have original music that I've released. My name is Daniel Profeta, and I release music under that name. I have 2 albums out, one called Mania Machinations and one called Paper Skies. I would love it if you would check those out. They're currently on YouTube and Bandcamp, nowhere else. I'm not giving my stuff to Spotify right now, mainly because they pay you like 10% and take the other 90%. So just not working with that right now. Instead, we're limiting it to being mostly exclusively on Bandcamp, and then like with like there's like liner notes and stuff in Bandcamp if you buy it, and I'd greatly appreciate every single person who has. And then if you just want to listen to it, it's on YouTube. All right, thanks for watching.